Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of the Lost Mind podcast. I am Landen and I am joined by my very special friend, Lucas Oldale.
Hello.
Hi, Lucas. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I played Venom off at League today, so that was pretty fun.
4-0 with Turbo Lost Box, myself at League. But anyways, here at the Lost Mind, we're going to be discussing lots of things Pokemon. Today, we're going to be going over maybe just a little bit of ourselves, maybe some of our tournament track records. Lucas has a pretty exciting finish to share with you guys. Why doesn't Lucas start us off? Maybe some of your finishes, Lucas, just in your tenure as a player.
Okay. So I'll start with my junior accomplishments. I won OCIC in 2020 as a junior. I played ADP to that tournament. And before that, I won Portland Regionals in 2019 as a junior and DC Open too. As a senior, I was able to win San Diego last season. I won San Diego. I played Kyogre Lost Box, and just this last weekend, I won Toronto Regionals with Arctur and Mawile.
This guy's the GOAT, guys, I'm telling you. So yeah, we've got Lucas here. He's a three-time regional champion, international champion. Guy's a beast. Playing all sorts of different decks. Myself, not quite as decorated. Only a single time regional champion last season. I was also able to take down the Portland Regionals with the Arceus Giratina deck. It's pretty sick. If you haven't seen it, it's a pretty interesting highlight moment on the stream. Also got a top 16 last season, couple top 32s. I've been making top 32s since 2017, 2018, whatever my Limitless page says. But anyways, just a couple things to get out of the way. So we're not just nobodies that are just talking in your ears.
By the way, he is a better player than he makes himself seem.
It's okay. It's one-time regional champion's probably enough to tell you, I guess. But just over today, we wanted to quickly go over. I know it's a little bit of a dead format. Paradox Rift is coming out. Toronto was the last regionals, but I'd like to talk to Lucas about his run in Toronto just a little bit. So why don't you take us, maybe not like a full round by round, because that would take a little while, but just how the tournament went overall. Take it away.
So I ended up going 6-1-1 into top cut. My only loss was to a Turbo Lost Box, but over the weekend, at least in Swiss, I think I hit 3 or 4 Lost Box, and I was able to beat 3 of the 4. So that was pretty cool. It made up the majority of my Swiss matchups. I hit a Miraidon round 2. Got donked game 1, which kind of sucked.
That is rough.
Well, I didn't get donked, but they killed my only Arceus with an energy.
That's pretty much counts the save, yeah.
Yeah. Hit a Fusion Mew in my win end. They donked me round 1, actually donked me. Round 2, I don't even really remember what happened, but I know that I kind of just went first and attacked with Trinity Nova and had a Tomb Down. And then I know game 3, they misannounced an attack. They meant to say Technoblast. They meant to say Melody Secco, but they said Technoblast. It didn't end up mattering because their hand would have still been dead even if they were able to attack for an extra turn. But, it's just something that could have changed the game. Top 8, I think. First round of top 8, I hit Mirror Match. That was pretty fun.
That's interesting.
Won the coin flip, which is
big W to start with, yeah.
Yeah, it's way too important in that matchup. The games didn't really come down to who went first, though. It was a really good set. I was able to skip game 2, going second, which was pretty cool. Top 4, I hit a Lugia. I went Dura, attached their energy, and they scooped, and I did that twice. So I think it was
pretty broken. Yeah, I was watching your top 4 match, and you were done so fast. Me and Will were sitting there on the sidelines. Let it be known that Lucas actually played pack battles between top 4 and finals against his top 4 opponent, actually. It was pretty goated. And then he had to leave in the middle of his pack battle game because he got called for finals. So, sorry to cut you off, but felt that was an important tidbit.
Oh, yeah. No, I should have just scooped.
Absolute meme legend, yeah.
I should have just scooped finals, man.
You play more pack battles.
Yeah, that was way cooler.
And then finals, you hit Lost Box, right?
Yeah, I hit a turbo and they double bricked, so it was pretty cool. Game 2, I was just able to attack with the same Arceus 4 times.
Yeah, that works. And you were also the first senior to get interviewed for a regional win on stream?
Yeah, that was sick. Right?
Yeah. That's a pretty cool new thing they're doing.
Yeah.
I do like that they're getting the younger divisions more involved with the stream.
Oh, yeah.
Be nice to even see finals at least streamed, kind of like ICs. They do seniors and juniors on stream, but
I agreed. I feel like we could miss one round of Masters Swiss to see finals.
yes, I agree. Well, you don't even need to. Anyways, that's just silly. They could fit the seniors and juniors final in somewhere. But we both played the same 60. I unfortunately went 1-3-1 drop in Masters. Not quite as good as your run. But the deck was good. Was there any cards that really stuck out to you as really good or bad?
Fourth Path and fourth Arceus V-Star were really good.
Yeah, I really pushed for the fourth of each of those, and I really just like the added consistency of those. I'm sure that paid off for you in your games.
Oh, for sure. Path is such a good card, man. Oh my god.
And then in terms of Arceus moving forward, I know we haven't really tested much of it yet, but do you see any promise for Arc variants going forward? With just an initial...
I think it's going to be difficult because of how good Roaring Moon is.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking the same. Like, how are you going to compete with that fast of a deck? But I'm sure Arc Piles always prevail. Like someone
for sure.
like Makani out there.
Yeah.
He's going to build some sort of Arceus pile.
Makani, go cook something.
Yeah, literally. If Makani's listening, he'll be cooking for sure. Him and Stratford will be playing the next busted Arceus deck, I'm sure. Yeah. But was there anything else? I know it was a little bit of a quick go through your regional run, but anything else you want to mention?
Shout out to Ferb.
Ferb? Wasn't that your top 4 opponent?
Yeah, that's my top 4 opponent.
Yeah, the guy you played against with the pack battles. Didn't he pay for your entry too?
Yeah, he did. I just gave him my prizing. It was sick. I got free pack battles.
Yeah, that's pretty sick. But if you're happy with our little recap of Toronto, I won't go over much of my rounds. Wasn't my day. 1-3-1. That's about as much as I'll have to say there. We also wanted to kind of talk about just some of our favorite cards from Paradox Rift. I myself have prepared a top 5. I think Lucas has also prepared a top 5, and we would like to compare.
Yeah.
I think. Lucas, would you like to start us off with your number 5 Paradox Rift card? Looks like you have 2 cards at number 5, maybe even an honorable mention. I see.
Yeah, I'm gonna start with honorable. I think Countercatcher is an honorable mention. That just goes to show how good this set is, because Countercatcher would typically be like a top 3 card. It's an absolutely insane card. Like, you utilize that card so much within decks that are based on countering, and you use it so often with variants like Snorlax control. Any control moving forward at least plays 2 copies, I would think. Maybe 1. But Countercatcher is just such a good card, as it's just a boss's orders on an item at that point with control. And being able to affect their hand with something like Iono and then Countercatcher is pretty good to get you back into the game or start the loop. What'd you say?
I have some words about Countercatcher as well. It sounds like you're pretty focused on control as an archetype for Countercatcher. I think it slots into a little bit more than just control. Things like Guardy come to mind, being always a comeback deck. Giratina V-Star, I know that's a deck we were kind of maining a little bit earlier in the season at like locals and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I didn't play that to any. Did you play that to a regional?
I played that to Worlds.
I guess that counts, but like post Worlds, you played Turbo to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I played Turbo to Pitts.
I never pulled the trigger on Tina because I didn't want to tie at a regionals. But anyways, we're talking about Countercatcher. That deck seems really well poised to abuse that card. Like, I know we were playing Cross Switchers before. Cross Switchers are sick because you were able to like Gust and Hand Disrupt on the same turn. I think that really applies to Tina. I know that there's been man's had to clear his throat. That's okay. There's been a lot of hype for Tina in Japan. As per usual, they're kind of like a little more inflated on the Tina numbers, but and then obviously like Baxcalibur things with Irida, Arven engines like Charizard probably plays at Countercatcher. I think it's just going to be a lot of decks.
Play like one of.
Yeah, one of, and then control. I've been testing Snorlax Stall. Shout out to Shin, who's on stream in Toronto.
Yeah.
Me and him have been talking about some new additions to that Snorlax list, but I also have an honorable mention, Lucas, before we move on to your number 5. Can you guess what my honorable mention is?
Iron Hands EX?
It is Iron Hands EX. I think that card is mid. Iron Mid EX? I don't know. I shouldn't trash talk it too much. Obviously, it's very powerful. But the doomers out there that are saying everything ends with Iron Hands EX, single prizes are no longer viable, all this, blah, blah, blah. I don't think it's that good. 4 energies, that's a lot of energies, man. Like, Miraidon, how are you powering that thing up? Like, I saw Jesse Parker on his Twitter. He's playing double turbos in the Miraidon. That can't be right, huh?
I mean, it's probably fine. I feel like double turbo kind of... If you're going to play Iron Hands, double turbo probably doesn't seem bad, because Iron Hands is just such a good card with Miraidon. Your Lost Box matchup's so atrocious. You have to play. You have to play something like Iron Hands in Miraidon. But I think Iron Hands gets more abused by, you know, the Zards.
You think Zard's playing Iron Hands?
I mean, why wouldn't it?
I think Excalibur is the best way to play it.
I mean,
I've also seen, didn't Lugia win the late night or whatever the tournament was with the Earthing Vessels?
It was like the Lost Zone Kitchen, yeah.
Yeah, one of the bigger online tournaments. They're playing the basic energy Lugias.
Yeah, man. My Arceus Duraludon brain can't handle basic energies in Lugia.
Yeah. I mean, my comment of Iron Hands being number 6, I guess, is a little bit pretentious. I definitely think the card is good. Everyone else's list is going to have Iron Hands on it as like the first or second or third card or whatever. I definitely don't think I think it's less powerful than Roaring Moon, for sure. I think that card is a lot less hyped than it should be. I think people are starting to catch on to Roaring Moon. Yeah, people are starting to catch on. We have more thoughts on Roaring Moon later. I know in my list it's a little higher up than yours, I think. But anyways, I think Iron Hands is very strong. I think it's overrated. Less decks are going to play it than I think people are saying. Yeah. And it's going to be less just like Iron Hand Doom or like the format is. There's way more things that are viable than just Iron Hands.
Oh, for sure.
But anyways.
I will say.
You got some more things to add. I will say.
I think the only reason I said Charizard with Iron Hands was just because I was like, wow, I can easily power up my Iron Hands. Must be good. I don't know. It's probably just better to run straight Charizard.
There's lots of ways to charge up Iron Hands. It's just like how practical. I think the 3 best options that I've seen so far are probably obviously Baxcalibur because you can just play the
Bax is definitely the best.
Yeah, that deck can just power up the Iron Hands really easily, and it's nice because you can maybe even take out the canceling colognes from your list.
Oh yeah.
Because you don't have to do the cross switcher mana if you play to catch up back in the prize race because the Iron Hands kind of does that for you. And then I think Lost Box could really easily do it as well with like the Raihan builds. Like I know that I've seen Turbo Lost Box with double Raihan because then you could just go attach Raihan Gate 4 energies. No Gust though is kind of suspect, and then obviously Miraidon with maybe the double turbos or the generators or whatever. But anyways, we're going to talk about more Iron Hands later because it's on your list later on, I think. But go ahead and drop us your number 5 here, Mr. Oldale.
I think there was only 3 TMs printed. No, there's 4. There was the Evo. Oh wait, no, I'm definitely adding Evo. Okay.
You forgot.
I forgot Evolution. Okay. Okay. Wait, TMs. I have TMs at number 5. TMs being TM Devolution, TM Energize, and the Evolution TM. I think those cards are absolutely absurd.
What about Blindside, bro? Blindside.
I just don't see a deck that uses that.
I don't think I see anything playing Blindside either, but I agree. These are not in my top 5, but I do definitely think these are some of the most powerful cards in the set.
Yeah.
What are some of the reasons you think they're so good to be on your top 5?
I mean, for decks that don't really want to play an energy acceleration, like an acceleration,
like the Iron Valiant list we were playing the other day.
Oh yeah, like the Iron Valiant list that we were playing the other day was like a 2/2 Zatu, but even decks that don't even want to run that, you can just run a TM Energize, like fully power something up with you can attach to something and then TM Energize attach to something on the bench, and then attach to that thing, attack, and if that thing doesn't automatically get one shot, you have a turn to attach to your other thing. And then if you play Raihan...
it just puts a lot of energies in play.
Oh, yeah, for sure. On the first turn, especially, that's really, really good.
Yeah, I think it's good for a lot of things that don't have energy acceleration that is as strong. Like the Iron Valiant deck we were playing is nice because going second, you can really power up your bench guy, whereas Zatu can only really...
does it inconsistently.
Yeah, you want to have that more consistent energy dump. I think the Energize is probably the least... It's probably the third best. It's a little better than Blindside, but...
I think Devolution's worse than Energize.
That's kind of based. I kind of like that take, actually. The only Devolution deck I've played so far is Ting Lu EX.
Let's go!
I tested that on stream last night. Devolution, in theory, I think is kind of nice in that deck. Because you can kind of spread a little bit and bounce things. It kind of helps with Charizard as well, because until now, possibly they play Evolution TM, but we're just playing the rare candies. So you can kind of catch them off guard with only having 4 of those. But I don't think... Yeah, Devolution, now that you say that, people are like calling it another Doomer card, like it was going to be super good with Sableye, you're going to de-evolve all other things. Like, sure, it could be good as a 1-of in Lost Box, but...
Yeah, and like a 1-of not Iron Hands, Iron Valiant. It could be good.
Maybe I could see that in Iron Valiant too.
I think we got to test that, man. I think Iron Valiant Urshi could go hard with a Devolution.
Yeah. I do like the Iron Valiant. I think it's a very strong card. And then I think Evolution is obviously the strongest one. Like, what decks do you think that are gonna...
Is it even the strongest one?
I definitely... Yeah.
Probably.
I don't think you can argue that Evolution, because being Arven with the VIP for the 2 Pokemon, then you get the tool, and you evolve both your dudes.
Oh, yeah. You go second with some decks now.
The Serena EX deck I've been playing plays the TM Evolution, and it's sick, because I got the Bibarels in there. You got the Steenie.
Oh, yo, the Steenie!
Yeah, you go Arven for... I've been going second with all the Arven decks on purpose.
Oh, yeah.
And then you have Bibarel, Steenie.
Yeah.
Going second on your first turn. It's so sick.
Yeah.
It just really helps a lot of decks. Oh, Lucas got a sneeze.
Maybe, I don't know.
Helps a lot of decks just set up more consistently. Arven is just going to be like a huge engine card now.
Oh, yeah.
There's multiple good tools. We got the capsules in this set. Yeah. The TMs are sweet.
Yeah,
There's
Evolution.
A lot of cool things to do.
TM Evo seems so good, man. You played in Guardy now?
Yeah, Guardy with Arvens can be really strong.
We love turn 2 Brainwave, man. That's
true,
absolutely amazing. Consistent turn 2 Brainwave.
I'm just trying to think. Maybe Charizard plays it. Then you could play like a Pidgeotto, an extra Charmeleon. I don't know if you really need that in Charizard though.
It offers different variants of decks. Like there's gonna be decks that are built towards turn 1 evolution.
Yeah, definitely. I think the quad Arven builds are gonna be like a huge new come up out of this set. Like Zard was already playing the Arvens, but Arven is just gonna be such a sweet engine for like setup decks with TMs and things.
It also gives more merit to playing Town Store as a stadium.
Yeah.
Town Store is such a sick card.
I've had a lot of Town Store in my Paradox lists so far.
Yeah, that card's so sick.
Being able to search between like the TMs, you have choice belts, you have
Forest Seal Stones.
Yeah, Forest Seal. You got the new capsules as well. You got Bravery Charms.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's like so many. There's
so many good tools.
So many good tools that you want to search out.
Yeah. Like, you can play tech tools now. You don't have to worry about, I have literally nothing in my deck to search it.
Yeah.
You can just kind of play one of your 3 path bumps or whatever. You can play 3 Town Stores.
Yeah, like some decks just want to play stadiums. Like, what decks of mine have Town Store in it? Like, definitely the Iron Valiant list. There's been some lists I've seen with, like, Roaring Moon that are playing it. I'm playing Pokestops right now.
That probably feels better for a deck that's trying to turbo.
Yeah, but any other thoughts on these TMs?
They're very good. They offer a lot of versatility. They offer a lot of deck building.
Yeah, I think they're going to change deck building for a lot of things. Like, it just offers a whole new way to build your deck. Like, you're not pigeonholed into Rare Candy as a Stage 2 deck anymore.
Oh, yeah. It offers variety, which I love. It's a techable card that offers a bunch of variety. Especially, like, your engine then can just become Arven. I don't know. The future is definitely looking better when you add TMs into it.
Yeah, for evolutions. Anyways, I'd like to share my number 5. Very possible that this should have been my honorable mention. Iron Hands should have been my number 5, but I've got Serena EX.
No way.
As my number 5
No.
So
you're absolutely.
Let me cook.
The food is burnt, man.
No, the food is well done. No, not even well done. Like a medium rare.
The food is overcooked.
Let me get a spot in the
kitchen.
The food
is blue.
So reason I like Serena EX. 1 energy. You put the Panic Mask on there. You got the Vanillux. So the list I'm rocking right now, I'm playing 3 Arven, 3 Irida. So I'm setting up going second all the time. I got the TM Devolutions like we were just talking. Evolution, sorry. And then I've got like I said, the Panic Masks, and then I got the 101 Vanillux. So you go Panic Mask on your Serena, and then you just slowly, the first stack on Serena, for anyone not watching, or not aware of what Serena does. Put one of their Pokemon down to 30 HP. Then Panic Mask makes it so you don't take any damage. And
if the active Pokemon has 40 HP or less.
Yeah, you don't take any damage if they get 40 HP. So the theory is you just spread all their Pokemon down to 30 hit points until they're just like locked out of damaging you. You got Cheryl's in there. I got the Bibarel so I can hit all the stuff. It's actually even working. It's just like what I've been struggling with is...
Iron Valiant.
Not even Iron Valiant per se. I mean, Iron Valiant sucks because it's like killing all your little things. It's Bravery Charms and the new capsule, because you put them down to 30, and if they're smart, then they attach the extra HP tool after, and then they get out of the lock on the Serena. So, plus I don't know if I've really figured out how you beat Roaring Moon with it yet.
Yeah.
Because they just one-shot you. But the Serena EX has been giving me a lot of it feels
cool.
It feels like a new thing that hasn't really happened before. Like, what other Pokemon just puts any of their Pokemon down to 30 HP for 1 energy?
Claydol.
Lucas, he has this obsession with Claydol, I swear. There's a picture of Lucas on my Twitter of him sleeping, and I've just covered him in clay doll cards. He's sleeping with these clay dolls everywhere. It's a great photograph. But yes, if I'm being legitimate here, I think the Iron Hands is definitely a better card than Serena. But everyone has Iron Hands in their top 5. I can't be another normie, you know?
I think if we're talking about Serena, we gotta talk about Vanillux a little bit.
Yeah, the Vanillux is kind of like Panic Mask, but it just stops them from attacking.
If they have 30 HP or less.
Yeah, 40 HP.
I thought
No, it's 40.
It's 40? Okay.
Yeah, it's 40. So that kind of helps with the Roaring Moon, because the problem with the Panic Mask and Roaring Moon is Panic Mask just stops the damage, whereas Vanillux stops them from attacking.
The reason that's relevant is Roaring Moon's first attack doesn't do damage, it just auto
kills you.
KOs.
We're going to get to Roaring Moon at some point. Roaring Moon is nuts, but we're not there yet. We have other things to talk about. But anyways, Serena, it's kind of like a lock deck. You play Cheryl's, you play the Beebs.
You play Vanillux.
Yeah, you've got the Vanillux set up, and you're just trying to lock your opponent out. But Switch Cart really messes with you, and then extra HP tools really mess with you. So maybe something I'll play at like League Cups or Challengers, but I've yet to been like...
You're going to have to cook up something crazy.
Yeah, I've got to really work on the list.
Wait, why are we not playing that one stadium, Dynatree Hill? Get rid of the Tool Jammer. Wait.
No, I was actually thinking about Tool Jammer the other day, because then you can turn off the big charms and
the big charms.
Capsules.
Whoa.
And then I think you might need to bump the Vanillux line up to 202.
And then you can play Dynatree Hill and Tool Jammer, and then they can't heal.
I forget what stadium I'm even playing right now.
Town Store?
Maybe
Probably not, right?
I don't think it's Town Store, because I'm only playing Panic Masks. I'll have to look at the Serena list. But anyways, Serena EX is my number 5. Realistically should have been my number 6, and Iron Hands should have been my number 5, but whatever. It's fine. What's your number 4, Lucas?
I have 2 at my number 4. I have Roaring Moon and the Professor Sada's.
I combine them as well, because they're pretty much the same.
They go hand
They're going to be in the same deck. So, Roaring Moon, what do you think's so crazy about that?
It's just a better Miraidon, man.
I agree.
It's just more versatile Miraidon.
It's like, I wouldn't say it's more versatile. It's just Miraidon, but you don't have to mess around. Like, Miraidon does 220, Roaring Moon does 220. Raichu V one-hit KOs things.
Roaring Moon
KOs things. And you get to skip all the generator steps, because you just got this busted supporter. That's a double Melanie. You got the Dark Patches. You got the Greninjas.
And then you play Earthen Vessel. That card's absolutely insane. That is absolutely nuts.
I didn't know they were going to print a buffed Professor's Letter. It is like so much stronger than Professor's Letter. It's crazy.
Yeah, because you just like discard an energy, and then you grab 2 energy, and then you grant an energy, and then you Professor Sawdust. So pretty much Earthen Vessel can sometimes read, attach 2 energies to your Pokemon, and then draw 5 cards because you're using Greninja and then you're using Professor Sada's.
Yeah, it's really a big synergy enabler. Like, so many decks are going to be playing Earthen Vessel, but we're not even talking about Earthen Vessel right now. We're talking about Roaring Moon. I wouldn't even be that surprised if Roaring Moon, I think other people have said this, is going to be the most popular deck at LAIC. It's like just a super fast, aggressive deck.
Yeah, something you can pick up like the day before the event if you have no idea what to play.
Yeah, it's pretty good, safe fallback. I've seen a lot of people really hating on the Roaring Moon.
Oh, why, man?
I don't see how you can hate on it. Like, it has the text KO your opponent's active Pokemon on a basic.
Yeah.
And let's not even talk about the sudden death rules. Like,
oh my god.
I don't know. I had this conversation on stream last night. I intentionally put myself in sudden death, and it gave us both 1 prize. But supposedly in sanctioned tournaments, it's just regular sudden death. Put out the 6 prize cards.
To anyone who doesn't know, sudden death, or I think it's sudden death.
It's actually called the tiebreaker game.
Tiebreaker game.
Sudden death is the 1 prize card thing.
Sudden death is the 1 prize card thing. In unsanctioned events, you do sudden death, which is both players get 1 prize, and then the first one to take it wins, obviously. But in sanctioned events, you get both players put up 6 prize cards. It's just a regular game, but whoever takes the first prize card wins.
And the reason we're talking about this is the Roaring Moons at first attack does 200 damage to itself. So somewhat frequently, both of you will be winning at the same time because you're both taking your last 2 prize cards, and that's when you'd enter these tiebreaker games.
Yeah, and the reason we talk about this so highly is because with Roaring Moon, you can go second and consistently get attacks off on the first turn.
Yeah, absolutely. And then you can kind of take that advantage snowball. And who cares if you go to sudden death as Roaring Moon? Because obviously you're always going to take the first prize because your Pokemon just says knock out your opponent's active.
Yeah.
And you go second, you blow them up. GG's, brother. Like,
shake my hand.
Yeah, this deck is crazy. If Miraidon just won a regional, I'm really scared for what Roaring Moon's gonna look like, because it just feels like a stronger Miraidon to me.
You can also play Tropius, though. I think Tropius is gonna get an influx.
No one let Lucas touch Pidgeot EX, bro. He's cooking up these. What is? We can't even talk about this.
No, we can talk about this today.
You get like 2 minutes to talk about this Tropius deck.
Okay. Today I built Pidgeot EX, Arceus, Duraludon VMAX.
This man's playing a 1/1 Durin and a 1/1 Arceus.
No, 2/2 Arceus, 2/2 Arceus.
Oh, you changed the list.
And then you play Radiant Zard, Tropius, and Magearna. Magearna is 120
Someone take
for
this
1
man's
metal,
apron.
double colorless. So you attach a metal, 2 colorless, super effective goggles, you kill Chenpao. Whatever. You play double goggles, you play double rod, you play double Artisan. So you go Tropius 2 or 3 times into the Roaring Moon matchup. You do the same into the Charizard
Lucas's opinions
matchup.
are not the Lost Minds opinions.
Yes, okay, man. I'm just saying it's fun. The deck probably sucks. It's probably super inconsistent.
I think it does suck, but that's okay.
But you get Starbirth. I'm just saying. Whenever I can search my deck for 2 cards, I'm happy.
If anyone wants to cook up the Pidgeot Arctura Tropius Charizard deck, then hit us up. Magearna in there with the super effective glasses. Trust me, the deck list looks as bad as it sounds. But anyways, we're still technically talking about Roaring Moon and Sada. Do you have more things to add?
Sada's also not even just a Roaring Moon thing.
Well, yeah, there's other ancients.
I think more ancients are being printed, right?
Oh, definitely. It's gonna be like the Rapid Strikes and the few single strikes. Like there was 3 or 4 sets of those.
Was there?
Yeah. What we had Battle Styles. There was what's the Path set? Chilling Rain.
Chilling Rain. Was there Rapid Strike?
Evolving Skies.
Was there Rapid Strike or single strike in Chilling Rain?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, because we're also pretty much guaranteed because we haven't seen Flutter Mane or Iron Thorns.
True, no, definitely. There will be more of them. But yeah, it only gets better.
Yeah, like if Flutter Mane EX is a thing, Professor Sada just sees more play probably. Any Ancient EX is just like better because of Sada.
They built the card obviously for those.
Melanie goes insane, man. And when I can do it twice,
so broken.
When I can attach 2 energies, that's pretty good.
Okay, so check this. My most recent Roaring Moon list, I saw this on Twitter. Someone, I think they won a City League with the double water energy in their Roaring Moon list, and I thought that was crack.
I've seen that on Ladder.
Have you? So yeah, the idea is you wrestle for the 2 waters, and you discard them, you Sada them back, and you double E-switch to the Greninja.
Oh my god.
It sounds horrible, but you're playing the Pokestomps, you're playing the Squawk, you're drawing the cards with the Sadas. It actually happens.
It's like Poppy Arceus.
Yeah, basically, but it's all items. Like, it actually happens. It sounds ridiculous, but the waters don't really count that much because the Roaring Moon already has the colorless attack cost, and obviously it's an anti-synergy with Dark Patch, but with the...
You can afford some water.
The Earthen Vessels, you can pretty much
That card's
pick,
so good.
You just pick which energies you want
to
discard.
Oh my god, that card's so good.
But anyways, I'm going to do my number 4 because we're... Spoiler, my Roaring Moon is higher on the list, so... My number 4 is Turo's Scenario.
Oh my god. Yeah, that card's good.
I think Turo is like so underrated.
Talked about.
People are just not talking about the card. Like AZ when it was out, obviously you had Shaman EX to make it kind of like a pseudo draw supporter. But Turo just, I think the most striking example of Turo to me, other than the control deck I've been cooking, it's really good in that deck. But Charizard, why are people not talking about Turo and Charizard? Because you basically always have an extra rare candy kicking around. You got the Charmeleon. Maybe you're playing the TMs to evolve. But your Charizard's got 330 hit points. You put
340, eh? No, it's 330.
330, yeah. So who's knocking that Charizard on one shot?
Nobody. Tropius goggles. Tropius glasses.
And you go Pidgeot. You go for Turo. You go heal my big Blizzard. And you get like a free turn.
That seems good.
I also think it's very good.
Especially in Pidgeot.
Well, yeah, because you can just surge it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if I was playing Zard, Turo's a pretty auto one-of. And then also, it's kind of like, I think it's just better than Penny. Like, people are playing Penny already in Charizard. And your Turo picks up your Charizard, not just your basics. So, seems like a strict upgrade there.
Yeah.
Other decks, I'm thinking it could be good in, obviously, maybe an Iron Valiant, but Penny's kind of better there.
Oh, yeah. Turo's just good for any tanky stage 2 decks.
Yeah, like Golden Go, if people decide Golden Go's playable, I'm a big Golden Go. Is it Goldango?
Goldango.
I swear, I played VGC, it's Golden Go.
Goldango.
Is it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Surely. Okay. I will say, if we ever get a reprint of Stone Journey VMAX or anything like that, Turo is an automatic 4 of.
Yeah, it's just a heal card, right? Yeah, I think Turo is very strong. Do you have any other things to add about Turo?
It's just AZ. That card was so good.
Yeah, people have just forgotten. Like, people played 4 copies of AZ in some other decks. Like,
yeah, like you would play Wailord EX, like, stall. There's stuff like
even,
that.
Like, outside of stall decks. Like, I remember, I think it was Sam Huff. I've played against him recently. He's a nice guy. He also played a really, really busted Sablezard list against me in Portland Regionals, actually. But anyways, he played...
Oh, yeah, you telling me about that. You thought it was the best deck in the room.
I did. I thought his deck list was broken at Portland. It was either him, or maybe, sorry, I think it was the Zygarde Vileplume guy that was playing 4 AZs. Like, you played Vileplume with the 4 AZs because you could pick it up.
Play all your items.
Yeah, point is,
the giant plants.
AZ was really, really, really good.
Because it was so versatile.
Turo is literally strictly better AZ because it has the future tag on it, so it has AZ plus synergy.
What synergy? There's nothing.
Well, just maybe there will be.
Maybe.
The future tag is nothing but upside.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's probably cards that let you search for future, like Octillery, yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand why you would put tags on supporters and items if you're not going to have something like that.
There's going to be some point to having the tag on there.
Fluttermane could do that.
I don't know. You're speculating. We don't need to speculate about things that don't exist. But,
that's true.
Yeah, Turo is my number 4.
Card's
and
insane.
Then last thoughts on Turo, actually. In the Snorlax control I was cooking, there's the Chandelure from Lost Origins that when you evolve, you mill the top 3 cards of their deck. So the big problem I had with this Block-Lax is you just put no pressure on your opponent, and you can't beat a Pidgeotto, and you can't beat a Skwovet. But if you play 1 Litwick, 1 Lampent, 1 Chandelure, and 1 Professor's Turo, you just loop. It's the same. I remember I played what was it called? Shedinja Control back in before. It's like 2019, 2018, and you played a 1-1-1 Rhyperior line to win in best of 1, because you couldn't win a natural game, but you would just loop the mill 3, and you could actually finish games. So it's nice that you can apply actual pressure, mill non-item cards with the Mystic Fortune Sisters being only items, and it can actually just make you win the game. Your opponents can't just, like, draw pass, play Iono, yeah. So you actually do pressure them and make it so they can't just do that, because if they just draw pass, they'll lose to Chandelure. So I think that's a pretty big element that Control didn't have before, is like a real non-attacker
mill.
Yeah, a pressure card, which you didn't have before.
Oh yeah.
But anyways, Turo was my number 4. Lucas has
Iron Hands.
Number 3, Iron Hands.
I mean, we've already talked about it.
We did talk about Iron Hands. Tell me why you think it's number 3 and not number 6 for me. I should have made it number 5, but I like Serena. It's fine.
Serena, okay. I think that card is so versatile. Anything that is able to accelerate energies to anything, it just will play Iron Hands. Other than, like, Charizard.
Do you think anything will play Iron Hands, though?
I think anything can.
I just don't think it's strong enough.
Why? If you take a bad matchup to Lost Box, you can just throw an Iron Hands down, force them to Dragonite.
But they just, then they Dragonite it, and then it's a 2-for-2 trade.
But then you just kill Dragonite back, and then they can't really kill the thing you're attacking with.
I just think people are, my point is, people are really understating how many energies 4 energies is. That is a lot of energies to only do 120 damage. Regardless of if you're taking an extra prize, because realistically, you probably have to boss or gust to take that extra prize, or find the exact turn where they have the 1 prizer already in the active for you to kill, or maybe you could rope or something. But
I don't know. I think decks might try to play. I think decks are just going to be building around Iron Hands. Like, they're going to have some elements.
I'm not trying to disagree with you. Iron Hands is good. I just think it's overhyped.
No, like, decks are going to be building around Iron Hands. Like, they're going to be building knowing Iron Hands is in the format.
Yeah, definitely. It changes the landscape of the format, because I say it's fine, just answer with Dragonite. But if you don't answer with Dragonite, you just lose. You're down 4 prize cards. You're toasted. It basically just demands an instant answer. Same as Stoutland used to be, right? Like, they just had to kill the Stoutland.
Yeah.
And if they didn't kill the Stoutland, they lost on the spot.
Yeah.
Because then you just take another 2 prize cards, and you basically won, and your opponent's still at, like, 5 or 6. But yeah, and then the first attack on Iron Hands is nice. Like, 160 is a good number for automatically 2-shotting, like, Lugias, Palkias, Pidgeots. Like, you don't need the booster capsule, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I think booster capsule within Iron Hands decks could be kind of worth. because you're ending up.
Yeah, the one of if you're playing Arvins or Town Stores, like
you could just kill. Yeah, like you could just kill Lugia.
The 140, the 140 is definitely a much better number than the 120. But yeah, there's not really any dedicated future decks that are going to be playing Iron Hands. Like Iron Valiant is kind of its own archetype.
Yeah.
That deck really likes the future booster capsule. Like it feels like it was made for Valiant.
It was kind of.
Yeah.
Like 220 is such a good number to hit with that deck.
Absolutely.
And then free retreats, absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
But I think we've kind of covered Iron Hands quite a bit.
We did. So my number 3 is Countercatcher. I think Countercatcher is maybe number 2 even. Countercatcher's busted.
What's
guys.
your number 2?
My number 2 is we'll get there. We got to build the suspense, my guy. Come on. The Countercatcher. Lucas really just thinks it's good in Control, guys. You listen to what he said earlier.
It's also good in okay.
He was like,
I forgot about Guardy.
Okay, you had nothing to say other than Control for Countercatcher. There's so many. There's like
Arvin and Irida decks play it. You know, decks that like Guard of War that draw an insane amount of cards and are behind.
I just remember playing Countercatcher back with like Zorark and stuff like that, and that card was insane because you would intentionally go a little behind, and then you'd hit him with the N. You'd hit him with the Countercatcher. You'd hit him with the Garbotoxin, and you'd just toast him.
But we don't have that much.
We have that. We have Iono. You path them. You Countercatcher them.
They kind of just die.
You lost impact them. I think everyone says, guys, trust me, Tina's good again. I swear it's the best deck. There's this new one card that's good in Tina. But Countercatcher's really good in Tina.
If you play Tina, play 4 Jet Energy.
Yeah, that's a given. I think people have understood that you need to play 4 Jet Energy now. I was a 3 Jet Energy gamer once in my life. And then I got ratioed by Henry Brand on Twitter.
Yeah.
That was terrible. Man's ratioed me so hard. With a literal Snapchat drawing.
He just absolutely destroyed you,
It's okay. Then he popped in stream, and I beat Henry Brand live on my stream.
Oh, bro's better.
In the mirror.
He's the 2019 world champion, guys.
I beat the world champion? That basically makes me the world champion, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But we were talking about Countercatcher. Guardy... I think Guardy might have to change a little bit because Iron Hands is a pretty big deal into that matchup. Like, if you don't just have the reversal answer, then you're kind of toasted. But Countercatcher's really sick there.
Yeah.
Because you're always behind. Just those decks you're always going behind with, right? Charizard can play Countercatcher for sure with the Arvins.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, we've already talked about Countercatcher, but...
It's such a good card, man.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Expect to see a lot of Countercatchers in your near future, especially if you're going to LAIC. Very possible your opponents are rocking with the Countercatchers.
Oh, yeah. That card's really good.
So, Lucas, what's your number 2, my friend?
The capsules.
The capsules, he says.
The capsules. The one and...
Which capsule do you think is stronger?
Oh, my God. I don't know, man. Because, I mean, you also got to think of, like, what stuff does. What other cards... How many cards benefit from the capsules? So, like, with Future Capsule, Iron Valiant benefits. Well, is there anything that, like, that needs an Iron Valiant... Like, needs a capsule to use the ability? That isn't Brute Bonnet?
There's the Iron Jugulus that goes from 5 energy for 150 to 3 energy.
That card's so mid, though. Is it, though? You could play Spread and spread 50 damage to 3
Just like,
things.
how are you getting 3 energies on there without a double turbo? Because you put the double turbo on, then you're only spreading 30 to 3 things.
Excalibur spread, guys.
But you gotta...
Excalibur, Iron Hands, Tropius, Radiant Zard, Magirna,
This guy is driving
Pidgeot,
bananas with
Arceus, Duraludon.
Should see the shit-eating grin on his face right now. Excuse the French. He's been enjoying pestering me with this concoction of his for quite some time now. What were we talking? We were talking about capsules.
I think those cards are so good.
You dodged the question. Which one's better?
I mean, kind of gotta go with the Ancient.
I think the Ancient. My thoughts, I think that the booster capsule, the future one is a more powerful card.
Oh, yeah.
But the Roaring Moon just carries the 60 HP capsule so hard.
And Brute Bonnet, too. Don't forget about Brute Bonnet.
Yeah, Brute Bonnet's okay. I was playing Brute Bonnet in my Roaring Moon list to 230 them, and 110 the crams and stuff.
Guys, you just don't, he just doesn't understand the vision. You Brute Bonnet so you can cloth.
In Roaring Moon?
No. You're just playing straight Cloth.
No, Lucas loves the Cloth. Why wasn't Cloth in your top 5?
I don't know. I mean, the card's good.
The Cloth Electrode. But anyways, capsules. We gotta stay on track here.
Nah, the best part of podcasts are when they go just way off on like some random tangent.
That's true. And then you like the tension of how long are they gonna be on this tangent for? And like when is one of them gonna really pull in the reins and just tell the other person to stop on their tangent?
Azul GG with Pokemon Live.
Yeah, true. That is very common. Mr. Chip Ritchie will be pulling in the reins on that guy. It's funny. But is that the end of our tangent?
Probably not. I think capsules, like...
See, we're back to the topic now. Capsules. Okay. See? Tangent over. Capsules.
Wow. I don't know. Capsules... Iron Valiant and Iron Hands just benefit so much from the effects of that card. You turn Iron Hands into something that can't KO, Lugia and Pidgeot and Palkia, to something that just automatically can.
They can KO with Beatdown, the first attack.
Oh yeah, but
if you want the extra prize,
yeah. Make it a worthwhile attacker. But like, I don't know.
Like, are we playing a future booster in Chenpao?
Probably not.
Yeah,
I mean, I wish that we were, but I mean, it's something that you kind of could test out, but I don't see how that would ever work. I mean, the only way I could ever see it working is if Town Store actually became a functioning part of the deck. Like, you could try to play Pidgeot v Forest Seal Stone.
Yeah, no, I think Pokestops are so strong in
Oh, yeah, no. Oh, wait, yeah, no. Pokestop's way better. Pokestop's an insane card. That 60 that was made with the 4 Pokestops is definitely just ideal.
Yeah, Chenpao list has kind of been figured out. And then, yeah, the Ancient Booster, obviously very good with the Roaring Moons. 290 is huge. I think that's part of the reason why Roaring Moon is so good.
Oh, yeah.
I'll save a little bit more talking. I'll go over my thoughts on Roaring Moon. It is very possibly my next card. But yeah, the capsules. I've had, on my stream last night, I had 2 people try and affect me with paralysis.
You had the
Yeah. Someone tried to flip the heads. They still flip tails on the Pikachu V. Loser.
Pikachu V?
Flying Pika V, I would say. They went for the 1 energy attack to try and paralyze me, but they still flip tails.
Nerd.
And then someone tried to use the Wild Freeze Articuno, trying to be slick, paralyze my Roaring Moon.
Nerd.
They didn't read the cards.
Nerd.
All they had to do was read.
Nerd.
Nerds would read, though.
Yeah, maybe he's just a nerd without the E, so
Yeah.
he's an erd. Without the N, I mean. He's an erd. That dude's an erd.
So...
Capsules are good.
Capsules are good.
I mean, those are definitely some of the strongest tools we've ever seen.
Yeah, like stat-wise, like they are obviously like type locked to the future and ancients, but Muscle Band and Floatstone.
That's kind of broken.
Not even kind of, like those cards were very good
insane.
And then plus 60, the special condition things
2 big charms, and full heal. A permanent full heal is pretty insane.
We take that. But the full heal is less important than I think free retreat or 20 damage would be, but 60 hit points.
I think things make a lot. I think a lot of more stuff use the capsules, like the ancient capsule, like your Brute Bonnet for your cloth. Yeah,
I think there's more applications for the ancient right now. Just because the only deck that's really playing the future one is specifically Iron Valiant. It feels very strong there. Like, you can't play Iron Valiant without the future booster, but the ancient booster is at least in Cloth and Roaring Moon. Come on.
Yeah, no, it's definitely more in Roaring Moon. I'm testing Cloth though.
Tell me, you don't even have a Cloth list. Tell me you're testing it.
I'm not testing it. I will test it. That's what I said. That's what I said.
Next week's pod, I'm getting an update from you on Cloth.
Okay.
I need to hear about your Cloth adventures. But
shake my hand on that.
I'm shaking his hand. We don't have video for this one. We'll have video next week.
We're shaking his hand.
But there's a handshake on that Cloth bet. My number 2 is Roaring Moon EX/Sada. Roaring Moon is cracked. I wish that the number 1 wasn't so obvious, so we could have a bit more experimentation.
We both have the same number 1, right?
We both have a really sneaky item card as our number 1. But Roaring Moon, we've already talked about Roaring Moon quite a bit. Reasons I think it's so busted. Auto KO. If you don't need to auto KO and damage yourself, you just do 220, and you have 290 hit points. So you auto KO the big things, so you beat the other 2 prizers. You're a 290 hit point Pokemon that attacks going second into 1 prize things that you can just do 100. You can kill a Comb Phase, you can kill the basic Evolvers, and then you can 220 the basic Vs. that kind of stuff.
What do you mean you can KO the evolve? I'm sorry,
The basic, just like Charmanders, Pidgeys, that kind of thing.
With the second
without
attack?
having to discard. No, the second attack, yeah.
Okay, sorry,
you don't have to.
out.
That's okay. You don't have to discard the stadiums. He just is a very well-rounded card.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's such a consistent and powerful deck. Like, you've got Dark Patches and Sadas. Like, you're always attacking. Not always.
You're attacking a lot.
You're attacking going second a lot of the
Often.
time. And just, you're always knocking them out without question. Like, remember how good Amazing Rare Eviltal was in Lugia? That was 5 energies.
And that card was broken. That, like, broke Lugia.
That card was so good in Lugia. Now it's 3 energies. I think once people get their hands on this card, they're going to really realize how busted it is. But
my God,
these people
this
that are
card is
comparing it to Miraidon, which they should, it's so much better than Miraidon.
Oh my God, yeah. It's
so
not
much
even
better.
close.
No, like, this deck is, like, very possibly best deck in the format. I mean, I haven't tested enough to say it's there, but I wouldn't be surprised if it's the most popular deck.
And Alex Szymanski can't roll around with his belly bolt, you know?
True. That's true. He did play the Belly Bolt.
To Toronto
It doesn't
Regionals.
work on Dark types. Even though I never understood, Miraidon plays Mew EX, so what's the Belly Bolt doing?
I don't actually know. I think you just, like, killed a Mew EX.
I
and
guess.
then you probably just killed a Mew EX and put some tanky thing in the active with the V-Guard or something. I don't know. I actually do not remember. He played Arceus, right?
You know what? He did. He played. You won with Arctura. He did not win. He played Belly Bolt. So I think that means we don't play the Belly Bolt.
Nah.
That's what I'm saying.
Belly Bolt's good.
We don't talk about my 1-3 or anything, but that's okay.
No. Yeah. 1-3 doesn't exist.
It's okay.
The only thing we highlight is 9-1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Busted. Okay. So, Lucas, what's your number 1? I mean, I really wish I could have been more original, but it has to be this card.
It's not even close. What I will say, though, before I say, I would like to adjust my list.
Oh, really?
I think Roaring Moon and Sada goes number 3.
Better than Iron Hands? I agree.
Probably.
I think that Roaring Moon is definitely a better card than Iron Hands in this current landscape. But anyways, what's this number 1 card you have?
Earthen Vessel.
Oh my God, who would have guessed that?
Who would have guessed?
Yeah,
the card's so good.
Why tell me why Earthen Vessel is so good.
Oh my God. Oh my God, that card's so good. Say you're playing a deck that plays VIP Pass, and later on in the game, you want Earthen Vessel. You can just dump your battle passes so that you don't draw into them later on in the game with Iono. Let's say you're just a deck that plays Tech Basic Energies, or a deck like Tropius, or Radiant Zard Magirna. I don't even think I played Earthen Vessel in that deck.
This bit is going too far.
But, like, if you're playing a deck that plays random Basic Energies, you can play Earthen Vessel. It kind of enables Radiant Zard in a sense, sometimes. I don't know. Maybe we'll see something with it. No, that was actually separate from that was separate. Okay. That was separate. I'm saying, like, in general, you might be able to sneak in a Radiant Zard because your Earthen Vessels are just able to search out your fire energies.
Yeah, it is quite a big box card. Like, you could build a lot more, like, you could incorporate different energy types into your deck, kind of like the Radiant Greninja I was talking about earlier.
Oh, yeah.
That's only enabled because of Earthen Vessel.
Yeah, and let's go back to Roaring Moon. Roaring Moon plays, like, 2 copies of Earthen Vessel?
4, easily. You're playing Pokestops.
You play 4? I actually do not. I haven't really looked at many.
It makes you discard the Dark. If you got a Dark and a Vessel, you go discard the Dark, go get 2 more Dark. You Ultra Ball away the Darks. You got your Sada, you got your Dark Patch, you got your Greninja. Cards.
Yeah.
You got everything.
Earthen Vessel can become a draw 5.
Yeah, it is a lot of value.
It enables so much stuff.
And Arven decks, like we were talking about how much better Arven's getting. Now Arven has
search
that
your deck
card for energies. You can go get the Force Seal plus that, or you can get your VIPs, you can get the TMs.
And now you
get
your
Bravery Charms. You can get all your capsules. Yeah, you can get everything. And then Irida decks also, like Bax Caliber probably plays an amount of this card to search out your lightnings. We saw Lugia. We talked about that kitchen deck earlier. So you can play Iron Hands with the basic lightnings, the basic fires to deck with your Radzard. I don't know why that deck's not playing water. Aqua Return seems so obvious to me. Pre-rotation Lugia just ate up the Lumineon attack. It was so good because you would get your Lumineon back, you can get another supporter, you get your 120 damage, you put up the 1 prizer.
And now really this format, you might be able to enable that again. Lumineon becomes less of a liability now.
The Earthen Vessel is very good to discard the Archeops in that deck. That's kind of why you're playing it.
Oh, yeah. It's like a Quick Ball. Like, it's the same thing with Quick Ball. Quick Ball's so much better than Nest Ball because you get to...
Yeah. Like, Prof's Letter was a really, really good card. Like, I don't think a lot of people that would be listening to this would really remember Prof's letter.
Professor's letter was a item card that I think came out in Flashfire.
No, it was XY base.
XY base,
yeah.
Okay. I think it got reprinted in Flashfire.
It got reprinted a bunch of times, yeah. Just it's Earthen Vessel without the discard. You just search your deck for 2.
Search your deck for 2 energy. That card was really good.
And similarly, Evil Tully X was good at the time. That played Dark Patch, so the synergy of getting 2 energies out of the deck, Ultra Balling them away, Dark Patching them back, already has existed before.
But now you just got a card. Now you just card an energy.
We're just working with an upgraded version of the card.
Like, for sure, 1000%. Yeah.
I remember playing Energy Search in like a couple decks over the last few months and just be like, this card sucks. It's so much worse than Prop's letter. And then
we get a reprint. That's so much better.
And you can even think about it like things with the Beaverell in it, or even a Serena EX deck. I had the Irdas with the Earthen Vessels, so you can like
thin your hand out,
get the energies you need.
You probably only grab 1 energy some of the time. Like if you're playing a barrel deck, you can just Earthen Vessel for 1 energy, and then you just minus 2 cards. Yeah,
it's an unbelievably versatile card. It's going to enable like a bunch of new strategies to exist that haven't existed
in a while,
or been able to exist. Regis, people have been playing Regis of all things again.
Because you can Earthen Vessel your energies into the discard
pile. I still am a
pile.
Regi hater. How do you beat anything you don't hit for weakness with that deck at this point in its lifetime?
I don't know. With Aurora Energy, you could justify it because then you could do everything.
Yeah.
And you could link attackers. But
being able to play Gift Energy again, though, is really important. Like, Regi's only really got good because of Gift Energy.
Oh, yeah. Gift Energy is the only reason that deck was good.
I mean, it was good before, but it was actually, like, meta, top-8ing, like, lots of regionals with the gifts. If it wasn't already obvious, my number 1 is also Earthen Vessel. I think everyone's number 1 should be Earthen Vessel. Or there's the clickbaiters that want Iron Hands to be number 1. But they're just lying to you guys. Come here for your real takes.
Yeah, come here every Friday. I actually don't know what time we're releasing it.
No, we're probably we were supposed to do this way earlier today, but we had a microphone kerfuffle. We're borrowing. Shout out to
Will Gilbert.
Will Gilbert. We're using his wonderful Yeti microphone to record this episode. Also, we need to shout out Mr. James Sims.
James Sims, the GOAT, for real.
Not only is he just the GOAT, he also
made the logo in 2 days.
The podcast. Yeah, in 2 days for free. He's going to be a guest on the pod for sure.
Oh, in the future.
Sure. He's also a regional champion.
Fresno regional champion with Gardevoir.
We're going to have a lot of regional champions on the podcast.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
we're not. I think right now we got to feature the people that don't get enough recognition.
That's true. I also do think that people clout chase too much with their podcast guests. Gotta have the real.
Well, we shouldn't really talk bad about that.
No, I'm not.
Because the people that they're doing that to are also just amazing players. But we also gotta highlight.
We gotta help it. We gotta get Brandon on here.
Yeah, we're gonna get Brandon on here.
Absolutely.
We'll probably get Shin on here to talk about Control.
I would love to have Shin on. Yeah, we gotta have lots of cool people.
Yeah, Ken would be good. We could get James on.
So many people.
We should try to get a lot of seniors on because seniors don't get enough recognition.
That's one of the big things I'm really excited about to do with the Lost Mine is we've got Lucas. He's gonna be hopefully on every episode.
Oh yeah.
He's.
I was having my doubts before on if podcasting was a good idea.
I think he's finally having fun. We're just talking about.
We're literally just talking about Pokemon cards and then we're posting it on the internet. That's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. But we've covered our top 5 cards. I also wanted to do, before we go today, just kind of talk about, I know we've done quite a bit of our testing together at this point, but has there been any like standout decks that you've tried that you've really been enjoying?
I've really been enjoying Iron Valiant, man. I think that deck is so cool.
Like the build that I put out there with the Zatus.
That deck is so cool. I'm going to be adding, I might be adding a Hisuian Zoroark V to that deck. To strafe, because you can strafe for 30, go into an Iron Valiant, and still have the 20 ping.
Yeah, but what about the Energize? Like, you're trying to turbo Energize.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
Yeah,
no, never mind.
Turbo
Energize is so much better. Turbo Energize is so much better.
Yeah. So let's maybe we got a little bit of time here.
We got a lot of time. We don't have to worry about a time cap.
I think the hour and a half should be our
limit.
Our limit. Yeah, I think we can hit an hour and a half as long as we're talking about real things. Then I'm happy.
Nah, we gotta talk about the weather, man. That stuff's intense.
This is small talk. I think we're a little past small talk at this point, but. Anyways, this Iron Valiant list. I came up with this a couple days ago. The idea was you got the Zatus to power up your things. You're playing Gen Energies. You're playing a bunch of Switch cards. And then you got the TM Energize with a bit of a Town Store package. Like I've got the Forest Seal. I've got the TM Energize. Got the Bravery Charms. And you got a couple of the Future Boosters. So there's 4 different tool cards you can get with the Town Store.
Oh my god, Town Store's so good in that deck.
Yeah, it's really sick.
Oh my god.
And then you just kind of got researches. I was trying out a Raihan because you're trying to stream attack a bit more.
I think that we should be testing that more.
Yeah, I had a really bad couple games with it on stream last night.
Yeah.
It was not drawn super hot for me.
For sure. I lost to Roaring Moon a lot with that.
Yeah,
deck.
I think that one of your tougher matchups, like.
Yeah. It might be worth trying to play some way to get around the Ancient Booster Capsule.
Yeah, like a Jammer or a Vacuum or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Iron Valiant's been one of the front runners for sure. More so in the IRL testing, like I said, Live was hating on me hardcore.
Yeah. IRL, Iron Valiant was 7-2.
Yeah, we had some pretty good results with Iron Valiant.
But
Keep in mind, we were playing against, like, Tinglu.
And Serena.
Serena EX. I think the Serena deck has legs. Tinglu,
Serena has long legs, man.
It do be having the long legs. Isn't it second attack, drop kick or something?
Yeah, everything's about kicking, man.
Yeah, they've got the Slippery Soul. It's got those big feet. Got the Serena feet, bro. But yeah, so Iron Valiant's your big one. What have I been liking? Probably just Roaring Moon.
Roaring Moon's good.
I don't know. I was a bit of a Roaring Moon hater at first. Like, I was like, oh, another 2-prize beat stick deck. You're just going to blow up their active. But it's different, guys.
It's so good. Oh my god.
It's not
you
the
have
same.
Baby More Pico. That thing is just a free retreater.
And it also just kills Comfey for free because it moves energies to the bench. And then, you've got the Mew EX to draw some cards.
They gave it so many tools.
With the 4 energy switch in this new list I'm playing, you can actually attack with Mew EX pretty easily as well.
Oh my god.
Because you can just go attach double E-switch. So there's a lot of cool things.
There's so much potential with this deck, man. Roaring Moon's definitely going to be at least top 2 for LAIC.
I don't know.
I don't even know what would be top 1 in this format, other than Roaring Moon.
The format is, like, super shooken up, right? So there's not... it's pretty hard to say. I'm not going to be testing, like, super hardcore because I'm not going to LAIC.
We're going to San Antonio.
Yeah. So we do need to test a little bit, but just seeing the results of LAIC are probably going to be really informative in their own right. That's pretty soon. When is LAIC? Like 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't work out for us. Yeah.
Are we gonna do a live podcast? We're just watching.
I would like to start recording it live at some point.
Yeah, it's just more content.
The quality on this one is probably a little lower. We don't got the video. We're recording this together. For future episodes, we'll be probably recording separately, just at our own houses.
But like this could happen again.
Yeah, definitely, because I'm here pretty often.
He's people at my house know this dude now. They've seen him multiple times. He'll come here and he'll stay here for like 3 nights.
It's true.
We
gotta grind some poke, you know.
Yeah, he'll say he's gonna stay for 1 night, and then if he's gonna like not leave, he's gonna be like, oh well, it's fine, and then he'll stay another night, and then the next night he'll be like, oh well, yeah, and then he'll stay another night. It's sick, bro. We buy ice cream and 2-liter sodas, and we get more fat. It's awesome.
Yeah, Lucas do be loving the snacks we do be eating.
We love snacks.
I remember that time I came back with 6 tubs of ice cream. Yeah, they were on sale for like more than half off, so I bought literally like
6 tubs. You bought 1 fruit flavor. I'm actually I'm still mad about that.
Guys, Lucas doesn't like chocolate.
It's okay.
This guy has no right of an opinion here.
No. You knew that, and you were like, I'm gonna buy 1 fruit flavor, and it's strawberry.
See how we were talking about tangents earlier?
Yeah,
we're on the tangent. We're on the tangent. We got to rein her in, buddy. We got to rein her in.
No.
We're coming up to an hour. Let's talk about a couple more of the decks we're testing, and then maybe we'll do.
You didn't even buy me cherry. You didn't even buy cherry ice cream.
It's fine. It was strawberry. Anyways,
that was good though.
What are some other decks I've tested? I tested Tinglu with the Sandy Shocks, energy switches. That deck was terrible. If I'm being real, I more so played it on stream because James Sims was like shocks, and I had to do it to him. So
yeah,
it was sick. That it functioned,
but it just didn't do too much.
Functioning Tinglu is not enough to win, but the deck did function, and I set up like I wanted to. I got the energy switches to power up my next Tinglu with Sandy Shocks. Is working great, but 150 damage is just not enough to win games.
Yeah.
Glad we figured that out again for the second time. Everyone tested Tinglu once.
Yep.
I took one for the team for you guys. Lost like 4 games on stream, and then I stopped playing it. And then I switched to Roaring Moon.
Oh yeah, that deck's so good. Earthen Vessel's so good.
Yeah. What else? What are the decks? Serena EX.
The deck's cool.
I like the deck. I think it's really cool. I want to tweak it more because I think it has potential. and it doesn't need a lot to get going. Like, you just need one candy, one energy, and then you can start locking things. And once you got the TM evolution, you got the Bibarel in play, you can start chaining the Cheryls. You can start getting your panic masks. You can get the Vanillex out. Like, it really works well. It's just how I need to address the counters. You were talking about the Dynatree Hill for the Switch
Probably
cards.
not good.
Probably
I know
not the
it's not
Dynatree
good.
Hill, but I think the Tool Jammer is interesting. If you just increase the Vanillex lines, you can have the Vanillex in play and then Tool Jammer, so they can't put the Bravery Charms on.
Roaring Moon could become a good matchup. Deprive them of their resources.
Yeah, I'd like to test it more. That's what I'll say. The Serena EX has definitely been promising. Like, it is also functioning, but as of now, it functioning wasn't quite enough to beat things like Roaring Moon.
Well, speaking of testing more, what decks do you want to test more?
Well, that's a very good question. Thank you for asking. I've more so just been testing new archetypes. I think I would like to get some more experience with Iron Hands, but I'd also like to just play some old decks against the new ones. Maybe throw a couple of the new cards in, like Lost Box.
Earthen Vessel.
Yeah, like I want to play Lugia with the Earthen Vessels. Like, I think the Lost Box needs to be tested out. Like, sure, Jirachi's there, but who's really playing the Jirachis?
Speaking of Jirachi,
have we talked about Jirachi? Oh, no Zorobox. I don't think that. I mean, honestly, of any time Zorobox to be good, it's probably now. It finally has a way to beat Sableye.
And you play a fighting attacker, you can get.
You know what? That's the only reason Lucas says this is because he played against it at League today.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the only reason he's talking about Zorobox.
I beat it, by the way. I was playing the what even
Venomoth.
what did I play? Venomoth Spidops.
You know what's funny is you borrowed that Venomoth deck
from the guy who played Zorobox.
So you beat him with his own deck.
Yeah, but that was before League. That wasn't even in the tournament.
That's true. But yeah, I just think there's still going to be decks that were good before and that are going to be still good with some new cards in them. That's some of the things I'd like to really focus on and maybe talk more about next week.
Yeah, this upcoming week we're going to have more time to test for sure.
Yeah, I'd like to get just some more games in with some of the more established archetypes. Like, I really do want to try Lugia with the Earthen Vessels. That's actually probably one of the decks I want to build right away.
You should come back over. You gotta just bring cherry ice cream and some 2-liter pops, and
there's
we'll
literally
test.
ice cream in the freezer.
That's true. Okay, I'm gonna go mug some ice cream.
We might have to unmug some ice cream after this, but and then I think.
Okay, wait.
We follow a bit of a loose schedule here, but the last.
Wait. I gotta say, there's a few decks I want to test.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
My bad.
Rude,
You're
man.
right.
This guy's so rude, man. Even though he's taught me like everything on how to not be rude. Cloth. I want to test the deck, man.
Stop.
No.
Okay, I'll give you that.
I want to test the Cloth. It hits for a lot of damage on a one-prizer.
Are you playing with the Hisui Electrode?
Probably.
Like, what else are you going to play the Cloths with? You got to play with the Electrode.
Yeah.
You know, Electrode hits the Zards for weakness.
Yeah.
And Roaring Moon, Blizzard.
Yeah, Tropius.
Oh my god, with that Tropius, bro.
Nah, you gotta play you definitely. I'm thinking bleh. I'm thinking you should try it. We should try it with basic energies in Raihan, so that you can
play Tropius.
No. No, so that you can get 2 basics on the Cloth, so that you're able to hit for 220. Because it does 190 poison damage and then Hisui and Sneasler.
Yeah,
so you get 220, you kill Iron
hear me
Hands.
out. You just play Grant.
That's actually not bad. Wait, he's cooking. Yeah. Wait, that's actually not bad at all. Because then you can loop it. Because wait. Because that was kind of the problem.
Oh, we're cooking Cloth live.
Yeah, wait. Because Barrel could be good in that. It's like a linear engine. It's only like 1 or 2 bench spots. So your bench is probably like a Cloth. You have a Cloth in the active, a DTE. You're only attacking like 4 times. With Grant, you can hit.
You're only attacking 4 times?
Like, well, because you only have 4 DT. Well, you could hit Hisuian Electro too. That's true. I think you could play double Hisuian Electrode, some spicy season curry.
Well, you need more than 4 attackers for sure, yeah.
Oh, yeah. You could play, because you're doing 170 with the DT. With the Grant, you're doing 200. With the Poison and the Sneasler, you're doing 230. So maybe you just play a Grant instead of the Raihan Basic Energy package. Also, what if instead of Hisuian Electrode, we just played Clara for Cloth and Radiant Zard? Because then you're throwing 1 prizes at them. You're forcing them to go down to 2 prizes.
Sounds like we should cook this and have it ready for next week.
This seems good.
So you heard it here first, folks. Lucas is going to be cooking up the Cloth Charizard deck for next week with the Claras.
I'm going to write this down.
So, what we'd like to end with today is what's kind of next. We have, I know you're going to a League Cup tomorrow.
I'm going to 2 League Cups this weekend.
2 League Cups. Myself, I'm going to a funeral tomorrow.
Damn. R.I.P.
Less exciting.
Why did I say that?
He doesn't know how to deal with death yet. He's still a child.
I'm still 14, man. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm not going to any fun tournaments this weekend, but Lucas is going to have 2 cup results to talk about next week.
Hopefully. I do bad at cups, man. We both do bad at cups.
Okay, I've only been 3 cups. Give me some slack.
How many cups have you won?
In my career as a Pokemon player?
No, in the 3
season
cups
I have won 0 cups.
Yeah.
But I've probably won like 20 plus cups.
Oh yeah.
If we're including seniors, probably 50 plus cups. If I'm being real here.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I've played like 10 cups this season. I've won 2, so I have no place to talk. I think I've won.
I think 20 in Masters is a little generous. Maybe like we'll say 10 to 15. I don't wanna say things that are totally non-factual.
I promise I'm not a degenerate. I just don't know how to handle death. That's why I said R.I.P.
He's really focused on this.
I'm really worried.
So anyways,
man.
yeah, we're going to have next week some more testing results to talk about. Maybe some more online results. I'd like to maybe take a look at that a bit next week too.
Yeah.
This was kind of just our intro episode. Dip our toes in the water.
Next
week we'll have some hopefully visuals and a little bit more things to spice it up. Maybe some something else. I don't know. But anyways, with that all being said, Lucas, anything else you'd like to say to our lovely friends after our first podcast episode?
Thank you for watching the first episode.
Listening. You can't watch a podcast.
Yeah, you can't watch a podcast.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you for listening. It was awesome. I hope this is a refreshing take on podcasts. As a professional, not a professional. You know what? I'll sell myself as a professional Pokemon podcast listener. When I'm in the car only, I don't listen to it any other time. I will say, I feel like there are a few things some podcasts could improve upon. So I'm hoping that this podcast brings that.
We're trying to bring a bit more of a refreshing experience. Be a little bit less like scripted and just repetitive.
Yeah, like
so
we didn't
feedback,
we didn't
please?
Script anything. Like
this was totally
like what were your notes? Yeah.
I had introduced ourselves, go over Lucas Win, top 5 cards. Decks we've tried, and what's next?
That's all we have for notes. That's all we had. We're just trying to like bring a refreshing take to it. I will say, I think Cloth has potential.
He's got the Cloth.
I'm gonna build it.
We're gonna try it.
We're gonna try it. Yep. Pidgeot, Arctura, Arceus, Pidgeot, Charizard, whatever, Magearna, Tropius. Funny deck. It's so bad. It's so bad. But yeah.
Yeah. So,
do you have anything to say?
I don't think I have anything else to say.
I'll do the sign off.
You decide. What's the sign off? Do we have a sign off? This has been
This is okay. Wait. Do you have anything to say?
No, I do not, Lucas.
Okay. This has been the Lost Mind Pokemon TCG podcast. Hope you guys had a good time listening. We'll catch you all next week.
See ya.